What's going on, everyone? This is Sharon with Everything REI, and in today's video I'm just going to give you guys a quick vlog update of what we've been up to for the past 2.5 weeks. So for the past 2.5 weeks we've been traveling. We went to Nashville for a conference called Podcast Movement, and then last week we have been in Texas. So we're up here in like the Austin metro looking at properties, and I gotta say it's been a really fun 2 weeks. And again, the reason why I'm making this video is because I'm actually in the process of buying more properties, so it's kind of like an update on our progress as real estate investors. And of course, because we are traveling, it's hard to like film something, research, and obviously record because we don't have a studio. In fact, right now we are in this 1-bedroom shared private space in an Airbnb. So usually we do get our own spot, like an ADU or something, or we rent out the whole place. But this time, because we're here for such an extended period of time, we decided to rent out just a room. Thank goodness we decided to get a car, because otherwise it'd be miserable just like staying in the room the whole time. The room itself is really nice, but it just sucks not having enough workspace or places to be, right? In any case, let's talk about what we've been doing for the past 2 weeks. So we went to Podcast Movement for the first 3 days. That was amazing. We flew over to Nashville, Tennessee. The flight itself is a whole different story, so maybe we'll get into that later. But flying to Nashville, understanding like the market there, checking out Broadway Street and all the cool bars, eating Nashville hot chicken, it's so delicious. And of course, going to Podcast Movement to understand how to be a better podcaster. That conference was really interesting because, I don't really focus too much on the podcast, to be honest. I've been doing it for about 2.5 years, and it's been amazing. Just being able to get wonderful guests on the show to share their experiences, how they got into real estate, how they're doing so well in real estate, and then being able to share that knowledge to, the entire world. At the podcast conference though, what I really wanted to get out of it was how to create like a really good sounding episode. Because my podcasts are okay. Sometimes though, I get some guests on the show who just have like these really good microphones so that they sound really like nice. They have this nice, rich FM radio voice, and I'm like, dang, I want that. Maybe it'll make me sound more professional. Ultimately, we did buy a nice new microphone. We got to test them in all these different booths, and it was a lot of fun. The content themselves, it was okay. I feel like we've gone to enough conferences where they talk about monetization strategies, ways to grow. One of the best ways to grow is by doing guest podcasting, apparently, where you go on someone else's podcast and you talk about their things, they go on your podcast and talk about their things, and then at the end of the show you mention, oh yeah, I have a podcast myself, come check it out when you guys are done with this show. By doing that, hopefully it helps grow your audience, which then grows your influence and therefore more things you can do. And I guess another thing that was kind of sad-ish was that in this particular conference, it was like a conference of podcasters, but the subjects were all over the place, right? So we're in the personal finance niche. There are some people who talk about health, some about beauty, some even have like dramas or stories. Some of them are editors, right? They're not even hosts. They're like booking agencies, or they edit people's podcasts. So it was interesting because like I didn't feel like I really wanted to network with too many people, even though that's what conferences really are for. Like the lectures, you can find most of the information for free on YouTube or maybe through different blogs, but being able to network with people face to face, that's why you pay the money for conventions. And so that one, in that case, maybe wasn't too useful to us because I did meet a lot of people. I did go out of my way to like talk to people and make new friends. But like, if we don't talk to these people ever again, I don't feel like we're missing out on anything because we're just in different spaces. So that was Podcast Movement. Then of course we were in Nashville for a few days afterwards, just like enjoying the sights, going to different places. We played these like VR games and it was a lot of fun. We got to play like escape rooms, and I think I failed my first escape room for the first time. It was very sad, but it was really hard, not gonna lie. And I refused to ask for too many hints because I like to just try and do it. Then eventually we flew into Austin, and it's crazy. Like, we've had such bad luck with our travels. It's just been like nonstop. So I'll go back a little bit before that. The day before we were supposed to fly to Nashville from San Jose, we got a call saying that our flight got canceled. So our San Jose flight for Tuesday morning was dunzos. And then I called them, the Chase Travel Center or whatever, until maybe 1 a.m. trying to book tickets. So we ended up finding tickets for Tuesday morning, like the very next morning at like, I forget, maybe 8 a.m. So we have to wake up super early, go all the way to SFO instead of SJC, go all the way to SFO, and then fly from SFO to Arizona, and then from Arizona to then Nashville. So we got on the plane, we're in Phoenix, and it says we have a 4-hour layover. By the time we land, the 4-hour layover got extended to a 5-hour layover. So we were like, we're gonna stay in this airport for 4 hours, and they don't even have one of these like priority pass lounges for us. We said, forget it. Let's actually go out, explore Phoenix. Let's eat at the restaurants there, maybe go to the mall or something. So we had a restaurant, we go to the mall, and as we're going to the mall, we see a text saying that our flight got canceled. So now we're stranded in Phoenix. There's no flight out of Phoenix to Nashville until the very next day, and we wouldn't even get in until the end of the next day. So we would basically miss a whole day of the conference, and we were just not we didn't want that. So after a lot of drama and some tears, we decided to just book a flight to Delta. And then the Delta flight was going to be an overnight flight. We'd get there in the morning, and then they would go from Phoenix to Detroit, and then from Detroit to Nashville. During that time, American Airlines was all sorts of screwed up. They left hundreds of people stranded in different airports just like us. So luckily we were able to maneuver, pay for the tickets, and then go from Delta to another airport. But then even then, at Delta, they delayed our flight. So our flight from Detroit to Nashville would no longer connect, right? When the time we land in Detroit, that flight would have already left. And as we checked into the airport, we were telling them hey, it says that you're delaying our Phoenix flight to Detroit. What's gonna happen from a Detroit flight to Nashville? And the lady there promised us and said, don't worry, we know there's a lot of you guys on this flight. We're gonna hold this Detroit flight to Nashville for you for 30 minutes so you can get in there and get on your merry way. Well, lo and behold, we take an overnight, we wake up, we run to the other airport, kind of like in Home Alone 2. It's running, and by the time we get to the gate, the doors are closed, and they said, oh, you guys missed your flight. And all of us were pissed. There was maybe 10 of us. We said, you guys promised that we would be able to be on this flight early in the morning to then go to Nashville. And they said, sorry, we weren't told of anything like that. You guys missed your flight. So then we're in the airport. They gave us some vouchers for being sorry. So I got a $15 voucher to buy some food. And then they said, there's some standby flights. You can get on the 9 o'clock flight in the morning. It's sounds good. So we wait there, 9 o'clock comes. They said, okay, you guys are all good to go. At the very last minute, a family runs by and they say, sorry, this family actually has seats. You guys are on standby, so you guys can't be on this flight. And then we're stuck in the Detroit airport for another 3 hours until 12 in the afternoon before we can get on our flight and then go to Nashville. So by the time we go to Nashville, it's been over 24 hours without us showering. We didn't even brush our teeth. We were super grimes. And we said, you know what, let's just go straight to the conference. So we get to the conference, super gross, tired, listening to people, meeting people. But anyways, it was a pretty memorable experience. Very terrible though. And then a few days later, when we're ready to get to Austin, we're actually staying in a small town called Temple. From Austin to Temple, it's an hour drive. But we didn't rent a car because we want to save money. So we got a bus instead. And same thing, at the very last day, they canceled our bus and we had no way to get there. So then we decided, let's just get a car. We are paying, $50 a day for this car. But honestly, it's so worth it. Because when you're traveling in a new city and you don't know the area, just get a car, right? Get a car. You can drive everywhere. You don't need an Uber everywhere. And you can see the local spots. You can drive around. And we even started driving for dollars. So we even started using this tool called PropStream, where you're able to get it on an app and drive for dollars. It'll actually trace exactly where you've been, and you can then pinpoint different lots and favorite them. So later on you can export them and then send them direct mail. So we're just driving around town, we notice ugly houses, we pinpoint them, and then later on we're gonna send them mail. So that's been a lot of fun. In Nashville and where we are so far, we've been trying to go to a lot of real estate meetings as well. So we would just go to random meetup events, meet local real estate investors, and understand their markets, understand what they're looking for. And of course, as a hard money lender, I'm providing my services too. And I've actually gotten a few leads just from showing up to different meetup groups and giving them my business cards. So that's been pretty cool. Besides that, we do have this property over here that we are trying to close on. This one was a short sale property. Initially, the wholesaler was trying to just double close on it, where they would buy it, close it, and then sell it again to us. But apparently with short sale deals, you aren't able to sell the property within 90 days of buying it because they don't want you to just make that huge profit from a short sale. Once that was found out, we basically had to restructure it so that now we're the ones under contract and then we have to pay the wholesaler a wholesale fee. Basically what we thought was going to happen in the first place, but because of the way that he structured it, we are now delayed closing by 3 or 4 weeks now. And that's really inconvenient to us because we had our money waiting. We have some private money lenders who are getting anxious that the deal hasn't closed yet. And it's just inconvenient because now we're here for 2 weeks without anything to really do. So because of this inconvenience, we negotiate with the wholesaler and managed to get a $5,000 discount, which is pretty nice because that will basically pay for our flights, it pays for our Airbnb here, it pays for this car. So now we're pretty much broken even and we don't mind anymore. So he's happy, we're happy, and we're all good. In the meantime, because we're here, now we're talking to locals. We're talking to our Airbnb host, or we're making a lot of calls for contractors nearby to just give us bids. like, hey, give us a bid for Moldy remediation, give us a bid for general contracting work. By talking to more and more like investors and contractors, we're getting a better feel of what is the actual scope of work. I thought we were gonna gut everything and start from scratch, make it like a brand new fixer. And then I realized this is gonna be a rental for us. So if this is a rental property, we don't really need like all the nice things, right? Like I don't really need brand new countertops, brand new cabinets, and super sick looking things, take photos of it. I mean, it's a rental property. We're trying to get $2,000, maybe $2,200 a month. And yeah, like you can just make it to rental standards. And then when you're ready to sell the property, then you can renovate it again and make it super nice. But no need to break the bank right now. So that's been nice, just being able to go inside and see, oh, it's not as bad as I thought. You know, I have a video clip of me like running in there like a fool with my shirt up like this because I don't want to breathe in spores. And it's been actually amazing because afterwards I see a lot of these other mold contractors go inside the house with like no mask on and they just go in. I'm like, God, you guys are brave. But in any case, we've been doing that, just talking to more investors, talking to more contractors, looking at the property, driving for dollars. And I gotta say, it's been a really fun trip. And by the way, we got engaged a couple days ago, so that was also really nice. I surprised Sharon, my girlfriend, who's now my fiance, by just busting out the ring. You know, like I hid it for a long time and pretend like I didn't have this whole trip. And then when I brought it out, she was surprised I even brought it on this trip. But yeah, that was really nice. Really enjoyed that. And anyways, that's kind of like our update right now. I gotta say, it's been really hard to do some good work while staying in this Airbnb because the room is kind of small. So it's like, I'm in bed all day and it's hard to work in bed because you just want to watch TV. We watch a lot of movies. You know, we've been traveling to different parts of Texas and just enjoying it. And so yeah, I just wanted to make this video to give us all like an update on what we're doing. Hopefully this comes out soon so that it's like relevant to the times. And then if I don't post a video for the next few days or the video quality is not so good, it's probably because, again, I am traveling, so it's hard to like create good content for you guys while we're in the midst of doing different stuff. But I am hosting a meetup tomorrow. By the time this video comes out, the meetup will have already passed, but I'll be posting like that meetup information on here as well because I know a lot of people want to know about how to create LLCs or how to make good entity structures. So I'll post that information on YouTube as well, so you guys can all watch that. And again, if you guys have any questions about real estate investing, buying properties out of state, hard money loans, just feel free to reach out. You know, write a comment down below. I read every comment, I respond to every comment. And if you guys enjoy this video, then smash the like button to let YouTube know that you guys enjoy more videos just like this one. So thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you guys all enjoyed this kind of impromptu life update. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.